Hello and welcome back to another set of hot bench action. We're going to be playing our Slaver control list again against an unknown opponent, and we're going to see how it goes. This hand's pretty good. We've got Pyroblast for counter magic. We've got Ponder, Recall, Knight's Whisper as our draw engine, Snapcaster Mage. Only thing this hand is really missing is a red source. But starting off with just Underground Recall and it resolves, that'd be pretty devastating. I don't think I want to lead on it. I think I want to go Underground Sea into Ponder first and see what happens from there. Unless we draw Black Lotus, then we're just going to completely Shrek this guy. We're going to actually cast this stuff in his upkeep. This way we can go over the 7-card hand maximum. And it should be pretty devastating. Oh, nope, target myself. Nope, that's important. Where he can try and not fight over it. And that's exactly what I wanted to see. That's awesome cards. We hit lands, we hit another counter spell. We technically have Pyroblast represented with Black Lotus up. And while it'd be awesome to go to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards on our next turn, we'll probably discard because all our cards do is just draw more cards. We go into 8, go into 7. And I think this is how we control the game. Where we're gonna just represent counter magic and maybe draw when they're opportune times. 7 we go to 6, we go to 7, 8. I think I'd actually like to ponder here. Well, I like to ponder here, or I like to brainstorm here because we do have the fetch land. I don't know what I would put away though. Put down a second Fluid Delta and maybe a land we draw. That doesn't seem that good to me, because if we have to brainstorm and we need to put back good cards, we're losing the card advantage that it should be generating for us. Because I mean, in the coming turns, we'll be redrawing those same cards that we're not capitalizing on the real power that that brainstorm provides. In the meantime, this seems very grindy here. Where it says other 2 cards, what were they? They were Fire and Ice and Scalding Tarn. Where I'd probably want to draw Fire and Ice. I don't want to draw Scalding Tarn. We could crack the Bloodstained Mire now. I don't think I do, because these blue-white decks could be they could be Spear the Labyrinth decks, and Force of Fire and Ice would be my only way to really remove them. Right now we're just kind of passing off back and forth, and he's going to arrest me. Okay. I would mental misstep that. Yes, I would. Where if we go into a big counter war here, that'd be excellent, because then I can just chunk and reload. I'd probably cast Brainstorm here. Actually. Because Fire and Ice you put back. No, I wouldn't. I'm wrong. But we know the card coming is a land, which I don't want. So we'll crack this and get a Volcanic Island. Gonna go to draw step, go up to 7 again, and we hit Library. Okay, we're gonna pull this game out of reach now. If you've never seen a Library in action, it's pretty disgusting. Where if the first time you see his card, tap one that colors the mana into your pool, or draw a card if you need exactly 7 cards in hand. It sounds bad, but it is bad 90% of the time. The other 10%, it'll just straight win you the game though. So what I probably want to do here is cast Knight's Whisper, go up to 7 cards, and then leave Library open for shenanigans. or Mox Emerald, we could tap it to draw a card, and then we play a land this turn. And we played Underground Sea this turn, and then we're gonna play Mox Emerald, and we're gonna pass. Words. We're now 9 cards up on him. If we're looking at just deck sizes 49 to 41, and that's only gonna keep growing. And even funnier is we've got Snapcaster Mage Recall in the pocket. So it's going to be a game of draw go that he just cannot win. Where it's our opening was just too strong for him. Now what's going to happen is we're going to draw, we're going to go up to 8. We're going to go down to 7 again. And then this is how the game's going to play out. And then on its end phase, we're going to tap Library to draw a card. Where the game's just going to go like this for a few turns. Then we're just going to get incremental advantage, incremental advantage, incremental advantage. And we're simply going to outvalue him. That's going to be fine. Because the truth is, we're still a combo deck. We could play this kind of game and not really like do anything other than drawing cards. And there's going to be a point where we go, alright, here's Time Vault, and here's Voltaic, and we're going to take the next 30 turns, draw a Jace somewhere along the way, and then ult Jace on you. And then you can take a turn. But the game's going to go like this for a little while. And it's pretty brutal. If you've never seen it, the game just kind of slips away. And Library's great, and that's why it's in the list. I'm gonna sound really foolish if I end up losing this game for some silly reason, but I mean, I think Library's that good. That's why people try and collect it. That's why it's a $300 card, and that's why I'm never gonna have one in real life. Where he's casting an whenever flip, and then what's the flip on it say? Alright, what is it saying? So, Arayo. We need to Google this, because I don't want to read upside down. Alright, Arayo. Sortami Ascendant. So, whenever the 4th spell of a turn is cast, flip it. Whenever an opponent casts a spell for the first time, counter it. And it's a legendary enchantment. I think we're going to draw a card in response, go up to 8, and then we're going to Pyroblast. No. We could Fire and Ice it. So that's 2 spells cast. 2 spells cast. Resolves. I'll let him resolve it, and then we can Fire and Ice. Perhaps. It's 2 spells cast. I think what we want to do is let it resolve, and then because it's a 1/1, it's susceptible to Fire and Ice. And I think I'd much rather waste a Fire and Ice than a Pyroblast if necessary. I'm trying to remove it. Alright, so he's going to end the turn. We're going to cast Fire and Ice. So we're going to split it up. So we're going to deal 1 damage to him, 1 damage to him. Yeah, and then this is where we can really pull away. Hold on. Alright, so we're just going to force that, and then in response, we're going to... I really don't like Mana Crypt here, so I think I'm going to Brainstorm in response. Yeah, we're going to Brainstorm in response. Okay. Now this stack is getting quite tricky. Brainstorm. Let's see. So we're going to Brainstorm, put back some things, and then Pyroblast him. And this card advantage should be overwhelming, so after this fight, we should be able to reload, and he should be far behind. Right. So, So Arayu's gonna flip. So much. I need to check a ruling really quick. So Arayu is not. First time, it doesn't trigger off any other spell that player casts after the first. While opponent's spell is still in the stack, doesn't read has already been cast, spell is not countered. Alright. Okay. So it's going to flip, and it's not going to matter. Because we have already cast our first spell for the turn. And then we get Pyroblasting Enchantment afterwards. It's worth a shot, but I mean, the point is that we still managed to force this, this engagement, you can call it. This counter war. And, we'll be able to reload and he won't. Let's see if he has a mental misstep or something. If he really wants to counter the force, I mean the brainstorm, he's more than welcome to. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we're gonna put back Sphinx and we're gonna put back Mana Crypt. That was very easy. Force is gonna be good there. Alright. I don't mind that. We're gonna crack, put 14 here, get another Volcanic Island, and then we're gonna Pyroblast the shit out of it. So this is very good for us. We're gonna blow up that enchantment, and then we're just gonna reload and overtake this game. So at 7, we can draw up to 8, go down to 7. We can cast a Time Walk here, which is just a value Time Walk, more or less. Alright, so we're going to value Time Walk here. Draw, go up to 7. And then I really don't know, because what we could do here is we can Night's Whisper and really try and push ahead on card advantage, but there's no need to. I mean, I'd much rather just kind of sit on this fat pile of counters, and anything he throws at me we'll be able to deal with. So he's going to Enlighten Tutor here. Enlighten Tutor is fine because it robs him of a draw step, where he's just digging himself into an even deeper hole. Where I'm assuming he's going to go for a second copy of Arayo. Or Black Lotus. Alright, interesting. He must be trying to accelerate out a Jace or something I'm not thinking of. Where it's... Wait, hold on. So, did he draw it? So, it was Upkeep. So, Upkeep, Tutor, draw the Lotus, play Lotus. Just to double check. Alright. Just gotta make sure. So he's gonna get the Lotus. He's gonna crack the Lotus for what colors? For 1 black, 2 black, 3 black? No, he's not even gonna crack it yet. Alright. Let's see. Alright, so on his end phase, we're gonna draw with Library. Then we're gonna untap, draw up the 9 cards, and now things get good here for us, where it's we can cast Vampiric Tutor here. We're gonna go to 12, and we're gonna put, what do we put on top? And we could blow this game wide open with Yawgmoth's Will for even more card advantage. Or we can get something like a Jace the Mind Sculptor and try and put the game away like that. I think this is a game where we don't even combo here. We just leverage advantage with Jace. And I think we just try and let Jace put the game away on his own. And then we're going to pass here. Or we're going to discard a Night's Whisper. Because it doesn't fucking matter. We have enough card advantage here. We could keep playing this Draw-Go game and be as patient as possible. And this is really being like the die-hard control deck. I'm really enjoying this. Where it's not like other vintage decks Death's Wish. What the fuck is this nonsense? Alright, so card only. Choose a card you own from outside the game, put it in your hand, you lose half your life, round it up, remove Death's Wish from the game. Huh. So 19, 20, he goes down to 10. We can win through Snapcaster Beats if this resolves. Where 0 mana floating, right? 0 mana floating, right? It could be something uncounterable. I don't really know. So I think we're gonna draw in response. And then I want to be cracking these for, what is that? Where it's in our graveyard. Where it's, we just put in a Bloodstain and a Scalding Tarn, so we can get an island and an Underground Sea here. And I think we're going to want to be casting, yeah, we're going to want to be casting Mana Drain on it. Now with the Mana Drain, we can tap minimally for Jace, where we only need to tap blue and probably a black for Jace. Or he can try and counter here, and I mean, it's not going to work. He's going to Mana Drain back. Now what we could do here is we can Force Pitching Force, or we could say Snapcaster Mage on the recall. Which one do I like better? I gotta think here. Because we could Force Pitching Force, and then Force Pitching Jace, and we can Snapcast our way back into the game. I think I'd like Force Pitching Force here. Force Pitching Force on the Mana Drain. And now we're going to cast Snapcaster Mage. And we're going to run back that Ancestral Recall. Yeah. And then we're going to run back the Ancestral Recall on ourselves for even more card advantage. And I mean, like, now look at the deck discrepancy, where it's 45 to about to be 26. And there's the Tinker, and here's Demonic Tutor, and it looks like we will just end up blowing this game open. Oh, where it's kind of 7, go up to 8, drop this. We're going to cast Demonic Tutor here. So here's Demonic Tutor. Demonic Tutor can get us, we can really blow this game open with a Yawgmoth's Will finish, or we can take a more conservative route. I think Yawg's Will is like the most over-the-top way to finish this game, but I mean, I think so. I think we go for the Yawg's Will here, where we're going to take the Yawg's Will, then we're going to go for the 3 black floating, white and green floating, and then we're going to cast Yawg's Will. Go into 2, go into Yawg's Will here. Yawg's Will can cast us Demonic Tutor back to back. Alright, so Yawg's Will is good. So we're going to get back Black Lotus. We're going to get back Bloodstained Mire. Bloodstained Mire can be cracked for our Singleton Swamp. With the 2 black floating, we can cast Demonic Tutor again. Demonic Tutor is going to be getting us Time Vault. We're going to cast Time Vault. We're going to crack Black Lotus open for the Tinker. We're going to be getting the Tinker, which is going to get us Voltaic Key. Voltaic Key is going to untap the Time Vault, taking an extra turn. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, and then just illustrate the death here. And that's Grixis Control being a hardline control deck. I mean, burying him under just ridiculous amounts of card advantage, and then you finish it off with a combo flourish. I still think Yogg's Will is secretly the best card ever printed. I mean, it's garbage in the late it's garbage in the early game where it's completely useless, and then in the late game, I mean, it just look, it just draws you a million cards. And I guess we're going to game 2. Let's see if we have the luck continue.